Hello, I'm Michael.
And I'm Jill.
Welcome to Michael and Jill's Travel Adventures.
So tonight we're going to be answering a question that came into our email address, at which
mnjtraveladventures@gmail.com.
So we're going to be talking about this tonight. It's your selling sign card and what goes along with it. Real short, selling sign. This is your livelihood, basically, on the ship. It's your money, it's your room key, it's how they charge you for things, different things. It's going to have the name of your ship on it, your name, where you're going to be dining at the time, in the main dining room, time, the table you're going to be doing.
If you have the prearranged seating, if you have your time dining, it's going to specify on there, and you go to the appropriate dining room.
And then it's got your folio number, which is basically your account, where you keep all your stuff that you charged on this cruise. And then your muster station, where you go for emergencies and stuff like that. The cards are different. I always forget, get the bottom two. Blue is
first cruise.
First cruisers. Red's your second cruise. Gold is
26
sea days. They
26
do it by
sea days and more.
And then platinum is next.
75 days and more.
Diamond is after platinum.
Diamond is 200 sea days.
Anyway, it's a lot of sea days. But anyway,
well, we're saying sea days, cruising days.
Yeah, kind of like I've mainly only done 7-day cruises. Michael did go on a 4-day cruise with his son without me. So that's how they determine your color card. And there are little rewards that come with as you get higher up in the colors. Anyway, Michael's going to talk about...
Like having pins.
We're not going to talk about the pins tonight. But anyway, Michael's going to talk...
You're just jealous because you have 2 and I have 5.
You would think he would share with his wife, wouldn't you? Anyway, Michael's going to get back to talking more about what this does financially, the selling sign card, how do you get it set up, and things like that.
Basically, there are, 3 different ways that you can set up your selling sign card. One is you can do it with a debit card or well, actually, those are 2 different ways. You can set it up with a credit card. If you have a credit card associated with your account already, you're good to go. If you have a credit card, you're pretty much good to go. If you have a credit card or a debit card, you're good to go. The differences in those, if you already have everything set up online before you board, the differences are with a debit card, they will do a hold on your first day of boarding for $200 flat out. That hold stays on there until you exit the ship, in which case they will release the hold and charge you for whatever you have accumulated spending-wise to go toward that debit card. The problem that we see coming up, and we've actually experienced this as well, is with a debit card, you will get the hold, and say you spend $300. Every time you go over their hold amount, they will hold a little bit more to compensate for that particular spending. So if you were at $200, which is what their original hold was, and now you spend another $75, they're going to hold another $75 on there. You spend another $50, they'll do another $50 hold. So you can accumulate a lot of hold money on your debit card while you're cruising. Once you debark, all of those holds are released the day that you exit the ship for your vacation, and the holds are released, and they charge you whatever amount that you spent. The problem is your bank or credit union establishment doesn't necessarily release those holds immediately. Sometimes it can take 5 or 6 days for those holds to be released. So then what you have is what appears to be a double billing on your debit card. A lot of people will freak out about that. If you don't have enough space on your debit card to cover what you plan on spending plus an equivalent hold amount of up to that much, then I would recommend going with a credit card or cash option. Credit card, they just charge as you go. Cash option is once you get on the ship, you have to go to guest services and you take cash on board and you put cash toward your sail and sign card. The nice thing about doing it that way is you're not ever allowed to spend more than what cash you put on the account. So you're never in danger of spending, 3 times as much as you plan to spend and are worrying about how to cover it. It's whatever cash is there is there. So the cash option, I believe it's $15 amount. If upon debarkation you have $15 or less, they will send that amount to charity. If it's over $15, what they will do is cut you a check and it will arrive at your residence some weeks later. So the big thing is you always have to have your sail and sign card with you when you're doing things, spending money on the ship anyway. It is also your room key. It is needed to exit the ship for ports. It is needed, used to be needed to leave the last day on debarkation. But once you leave the ship at a port, you use your sail and sign card. Once you get back on, you also have to have your sail and sign card. So if you're taking excursions, be very, very careful of where you leave your cards. Don't lose them. You're going to have trouble getting back on the ship.
A lot of people I've heard, have been very nervous about using their debit card and credit cards or Carnival. We've never had a problem on any of our cruises. I will say be careful on excursions going into other countries. If somebody seems sketchy, use cash, or we have a Carnival credit card. I'm not plugging it, but it actually has a lot of security for us if somebody tries to go and take more than they should off our card. We also have a debit card we use just to travel with that has an account that's not tied to our main bank account and our main checking account. The main thing is when it's your vacation, but you need to budget what you're going to spend and what you're not going to spend so you can enjoy your vacation, not stress. I've seen people stressing the night before they're supposed to get off, trying to figure out what they're going to do, and stuff like that. I've seen them, upset at the customer service desk. I will tell you, it's just like a checking account. They give you a statement every night if you want it. They give you a statement the night before you leave, I believe. They put it in your mailbox. It's like I said, it's just like a checking account. Check your debits, your credits, and go for it. And make sure you plan for everything. One thing, plan for gratuities. If you don't prepay them, they are going to take them out. The amount is so much each day you're on the ship.
$12 and some change as of October 2021.
So we usually
$12 and something per person per day.
Yeah. We usually prepay, but because of all the canceled cruises we've accumulated quite a bit of onboard credit. So our next cruise we're going on in less than 10 days. We plan on using that to pay the gratuities when we get on board with it. Excursions, we were going to do the same thing with our excursions because most people prepay. We were going to actually do it on board, but they're very limited because of everything going on right now with so much stuff being closed that we went ahead and booked a couple because we wanted to make sure we got them before they were filled up. And it's just making sure you do all this, plan ahead of time, or like the prepaid gratuities and the excursions, we usually do that ahead of time, so we don't have, when we go on the ship, that's done and it's out. It's just planning, basic planning, and seeing what you want to spend money on, what's important to you.
We are planning on making a video specifically about things that you are charged for on the ship. And you can also, we're also going to do something, a video on the free things that you can do. Basically, you can look forward to seeing those, and it will explain a lot more about what you're charged for, when you're charged, which you will definitely know when you're being charged because they will ask you for your Sail and Sign card and swipe it. Anytime they're swiping something, pretty much you're getting charged or you're getting on or off the ship. So that is pretty much it for this segment.
If you have more questions, send them, email us. We'll try to get back as soon as we can.
Or put them down in the comments and we will
Yes.
answer that. And if needed, we will make a video specifically relating to your comments.
Okay.
So I'm Michael.
And I'm Jill.
For Michael and Jill's Travel Adventures. See you next time.
Later.